Welcome to another Pub Sports Radio NHL Play of the Day for Thursday, September the 3rd. It's Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinal series between the Philadelphia Flyers and New York Islanders. We've got the Islanders minus 125 favorites here in Game 6, the total 5 across the board. The Philadelphia Flyers, you give them credit for Game 5 victory on Tuesday night, 4-3 in overtime to stay alive and force a Game 6, keep their season going at least for one more night. And you got Alain Vigneault, the head coach of the Flyers. He deserves an assist for the victory. Push the right buttons. He said, going into Game 5, I need more offensively from specifically Claude Giroux and James Van Riemsdyk, who have really struggled throughout the playoffs offensively. And sure enough, Giroux and Van Riemsdyk go out there and heed the coach's words. They go out there and each of them scoring a goal for Philadelphia in the overtime win the other night. Now, Flyers won't like the fact that they had a 3-1 lead in the third period and let it slip away as the Islanders. You give them credit for not showing all kinds of resolve, not backing down in that game, battling back to tie it and force overtime. And to be honest, if not for a handful of dazzling saves from Carter Hart, the goaltender for the Philadelphia Flyers, early in that overtime, it could have been a different story in terms of the end result. Minutes later, Scott Laughton gets the deflection goal, and the next thing you know, the Flyers are up, win the game 4-3 in overtime over the Islanders in that game to force Game 6. But the New York Islanders still felt pretty good after the loss. Barry Trotz, a lot of the players saying, you know what, we battled back. I liked our resolve, our resilience. We didn't give up on the game when we were trailing 3-1. And if we bury one of our chances, one of our many great chances that we had early in overtime, it's a different story right now. And we may be talking about the series being over, which is true. So if you're the New York Islanders, you've still got to come away from that game positive, optimistic. It was a pretty even hockey game, knowing you can probably still play a little bit better as well. A couple injury concerns on both sides, two centers of attention, if you will. Sean Couturier, center for the Flyers. Matthew Barzal, center for the Islanders. They collided with one another in Game 5. Both of them got injured on the play and questionable for Game 6 tonight. I think it's a bigger loss for Philly if Couturier doesn't play than Barzal. Not that Barzal's a big loss too with his offense, don't get me wrong, but Couturier, a really big piece for Philly, a two-way player, great offensively, great defensively, and has often matched up against the best players from the other team. So if the Flyers are without him in particular, that could hurt them tonight. The New York Islanders, to me, in this series have won 11 or 12 of the 15 periods that have been played. I just think they have been better for extended periods of time in this series. They've certainly gotten more offensively from their top players than Philadelphia has. The Flyers still can't score on the power play as well. The defense and goaltending, it's been close in that battle and in those two categories, but I'd still have to give a slight advantage to the Islanders. And what I like about the Islanders here going into Game 6 tonight, trying to close out this series, is that they have shown a pattern of getting it done the second time around. In the qualifying series against Florida, they were up 2-0. They had a chance to sweep Florida. Florida won Game 3, stay alive. But in the second chance the Islanders had to eliminate Florida, they bounced back in Game 4 and won that game and ended the series. Same thing with the Washington Capitals series in the first round. The Islanders lost the first crack they had at eliminating Washington, but in the second game and the second chance they had to beat Washington and end that series, they got the job done with a convincing Game 5 win to end that series. And here we go again. Islanders lost their first opportunity to eliminate the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 5 on Tuesday night. But here they are now again, a second chance to eliminate the Flyers. And just like they took advantage of their second chance to eliminate Florida and got it done, and just like they took advantage of their second chance and second game to eliminate Washington and got it done, I expect more of the same. And the Islanders to once again get it done with their second chance to eliminate a series opponent here tonight. So for my Pub Sports Radio NHL play of the day, going with the New York Islanders minus 125 against the Philadelphia Flyers. A smaller half-unit play for me as well over the total in this game of 5. In an elimination game, it's very difficult for me to pass up a total of 5. You could get a late goal-scoring explosion. So smaller play on the over, but the official Pub Sports Radio NHL play of the day for Thursday, September 3rd is the New York Islanders minus 125 against the Philadelphia Flyers in Game 6 of their Eastern Conference semifinal series. I'm Ian Cameron. Thank you for watching. A reminder to check out pubsportsradio.com every day for great content. I'll be back with you tomorrow on Friday for another Pub Sports Radio NHL Play of the Day.